Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, hey, it's Lyssy. And today guys, we are going to be reacting to some of the most deadliest toys ever made and see what they're all about. Also guys, if you guys are excited for today's video, be sure to smash a like and hit the subscribe button and put that bell notification on so you guys never miss a video. And before today's video starts, I do want to say I am wearing my new merch. It says Merry Christmas. It's super cute. I have it on my Teespring, so be sure to grab one for the holidays before it's too late. So we're going to be watching one of Staywise's videos about 15 scary toys that can kill. I'll have their channel and this video linked down below, so go check them out. All right, what is this first toy? A Skydancer. Oh, I've talked about these ones before.
Skydancers are undoubtedly familiar to everyone who grew up.
I had, or thought I had one of these as a kid, and I knew a lot of kids at school that had these things. They would fly around and they would hit people in the face.
These flying fairies seem to be more menacing than they appear.
Wait a second. They had a Spider-Man? I didn't even know they had boy versions of Skydancers, because I just want to say most of them were like ballerinas and fairies, like really cute ones, at least from what I remember. I'm surprised they had boy Skydancers.
Place the doll on the base, pretend to start a push lawnmower, and there you have it. You've thrown a spinning propeller into the air, which will fly in unpredictable directions.
Yes.
Yes, it fired
very
off in random directions, and it was effortless for it to launch into people's faces.
Okay, did you guys see that launch? That thing like zoomed. Okay, that is definitely, I could see that hitting eyeballs and making a lot of kids, you know, probably plot revenge on one of each other at recess time and stuff, just like firing them at each other. That would be bad.
Galoob Toys Inc. banned these playthings for good reason after 150 reports of eye injuries, damaged corneas,
that's not funny. Why am I laughing? That's really bad.
Facial lacerations, and even a slight concussion.
A concussion?
Right?
Hold up, they had a concussion from a Skydancer? Well, that's why they got banned. Oh my goodness.
Until you hear about the snack time Cabbage Patch Kids.
Cabbage Patch Kids. I've talked about these.
Moving on to number 14, Splash Off Water Rockets.
Never heard of this.
On the one hand, the Splash Off Water Rocket was not a bad toy if you were trying to depict the dangers of science realistically. On the other hand, it was a wrong choice if you didn't want to learn a painful lesson about over-pressurizing plastic containers and products made by the lowest bidder. The toy wasn't always produced using high-quality materials, and the plastic would occasionally rupture. It'd hit the kids playing with the toy and, well, end a fun time.
I mean, they look really fun. I want to go out there and shoot water rockets into the sky, but I could definitely see where those things could be pretty heavy if they had like a lot of water in them and they could smash into someone's face. Yeah, I could see the danger there.
Number 13, Aqua Leisure Baby Boat.
A baby boat?
It's a terrible scenario. You
How
put
could that
a kid
be
in a
dangerous?
pool float to keep them safe, only for them to vanish into the water.
What?
These inflated water toys failed to achieve the one thing they were designed to accomplish.
That is so bad.
Afloat. The shoddy plastic material would often rip, and babies would plop right into the water.
Those poor little babies. Just imagine you're trying to have a swim time as a child. Like, how did they have one job to create like a baby water float and fail that one job? That doesn't even make sense. Like, how could they fail that bad?
Although it later came to light that Aqua Leisure knew about the problem, the
They
company
knew?
did not recall the product until at least 30 drowning deaths.
I'm trying to process that. So they knew about the problem and they're like, okay, it's fine. And then finally when 30 babies died, they're like, okay, we'll recall it. That is horrible.
The company behind them got into great trouble.
Yep.
Sounds horrible, but wait for the toy that could bite your fingers off.
That was scary.
Number 12, Super Blast Balls. Did you ever have a pair of these? Super Bang Blast Balls do exactly what they sound like. They make thunderous noises.
What?
How do they work? They're two colorful balls that kids could smack together to hear a
I'm sorry, but wait. They're two colorful balls that kids could smack together. All right, let's continue on.
jump out of your skin noise and occasionally see some sparks, and that's it.
What?
Now, as riveting as that may sound, they were only on the market for a short time before...
Okay, but what are they made out of? If they're making like sparks and stuff, and they make loud sounds, like that is super weird. I've never heard about these.
First complaints of burn injuries and clothes catching fire arose.
That's
a toy
not
that
good.
allows children to fire caps from their hands? It's no surprise it was banned.
That definitely sounds pretty dangerous. Yep, not gonna play with that one.
Number 11, Belt Buckle Derringer Toy Gun.
Okay, I always noticed like how back in the days like gun toys were more acceptable, but now they would definitely not fly. I remember also when I was younger, I would go to like gift shops. I remember specifically, it was like South Dakota, like by Mount Rushmore. They always sold like fake guns, but like, come on, a belt buckle toy gun, that is not good for kids.
Every little boy's Christmas list in 1959 included this toy.
That's bad.
It did, however, pack a punch in the gut. This belt buckle gun would shoot a toy bullet and a cap when the user extends his stomach when worn around the waist.
What?
No, it didn't fire shots, nor were objects projected, but a flame was, and you guessed it, the cap could catch fire.
That is so dangerous. Okay, I don't know what they were thinking there. Like, obviously kids are not gonna be mature, especially little boys with like a little tiny toy gun belt. Like, there's just so much wrong with this.
Unfortunately for wannabe cowboys, the caps could be set off accidentally by friction and cause severe burns.
Ouch.
This is definitely not something you want around your nether regions. Every
Easy
little
bake,
girl
oh yeah!
dreamed of having an easy bake oven.
I dreamed of my moment when I was a kid that I could have an easy bake oven, and it never happened. I was super sad about it. So I went to my neighbor's house, and then I played with hers, and I probably broke it. Yeah, you know.
Who doesn't want to bake cookies and cakes on their own in their tiny oven?
Tiny
One
things
of
are
the
so
most
fun.
significant dangers of owning an Easy Bake was that it became hot enough that children may and did injure themselves in
It's
these ovens,
hot.
which resulted in severe burns. This is clearly a tragedy waiting to happen, mainly because the ovens might reach temperatures of up to 200 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, I could imagine a 200-degree possible baby oven would not be a good idea, especially for children, especially because a lot of them are not mature enough to even bake a cake or do any of that. But the idea and concept behind easy bake ovens was pretty cool, not gonna lie.
There were approximately 250 incidences reported,
That's a
with
lot of
children
incidents.
suffering from second and third degree burns in 16 of them.
Ouch.
One 5-year-old had to have a part of her finger removed.
Oh, what?
Number 9,
That's
CSI
crazy.
Fingerprint Examiner.
What is
While it's a
this?
little disturbing to see youngsters playing with toy forensic investigation kits designed to simulate
Okay, but I just want to pause the video because do you guys remember when like you would have like scholastic book fairs in your school? Am I the only one who used to love scholastic book fair kits? I feel like this would be like one of those. You know what I'm saying?
collecting evidence at a murder scene. It's all in good fun. The
All
toy
in
was
good fun, they
inspired by
say.
the CBS show CSI. The gadget allowed children to collect evidence while wearing latex gloves. Dusting for fingerprints was one of the more fun parts. However, the dust
That's
had a
weird.
little more than non-toxic substances. It contained one of the deadliest forms of asbestos. The powder
that?
contained 7% asbestos, which can cause lung cancer later in life if one is exposed to it even
What?
once.
That's
The company ended up
dangerous.
going bankrupt due to this significant error.
Not just a significant error, that is a huge error, just saying. Like, that could go very wrong.
Imagine attempting to create a genuinely safe toy and failing miserably.
Wait! I had these yo-yo water balls. Like, I would win these at the arcade all the time. I had plenty of these. There's no way. Like, I don't know how this one is dangerous. I'm very curious.
Yo-yo water ball is that. How can something like a toy be dangerous?
How?
After all, it's soft. Not only did yo-yo water balls contain questionable materials, but their design was potentially dangerous.
How?
According to Little Things, it used flammable diesel hydrocarbons to make it.
Like
There have
in
been
the
over
rubber?
400 cases of near strangulation reported with the use
What?
of the yo-yo ball.
How could somebody almost strangle themselves with like a little plastic toy yo-yo ball unless they willingly are like wrapping it around their neck? Like,
Its cord was getting wrapped around the necks of kids,
yeah, it's
and
the
in some
kids' fault.
cases causing them to black out.
What?
The cord material was somewhat sticky to make matters worse, making it difficult to release if it did get around the neck.
It wasn't that
Do
sticky.
you remember wanting or even owning one of these? Lucky you. Number 7, dive sticks. The idea behind the diving sticks was to toss them into the pool, let them sink, and then have the kids go in and collect them.
Oh my gosh, I had a lot of dive like fishies and different toys. I remember I used to use like pebbles when I used to like do diving games and stuff like that, but I did have dive sticks. The only thing that I think could be dangerous about these is the factor that you're willingly going to get it and you can't get to the surface in time. But that's on the kid, not the dive stick.
These weren't just entertaining for the youngsters, but they also gave parents a few moments of peace as their kids spent more time beneath the water collecting them.
And
How could something
potentially
as
drowning.
seemingly harmless as a weighted stick be so dangerous? The trouble started with the materials from which it was made.
Really?
Some of the products were made from hard plastic, which would stand up when they sink to the bottom of the pool.
Huh.
There were recalls in 1999 because kids supposedly got impaled and even had to have surgery for their injuries.
What?
Speaking of injuries, the number 1 toy in this video is pretty horrible too.
So, I don't understand like how they were getting the injuries. Like, okay, they were diving for a dive stick, it's made out of something bad. I don't understand.
Number 6, candy cigarettes.
Oh, these were weird.
If you were a
these were
child
bad.
during or before the 60s and
That's
early
not really a
70s,
toy.
you might remember having plenty of access to these guys and were made of either chalky sugar, bubblegum, or chocolate. Some
Okay, but I heard that they taste nasty, okay? They don't even taste good. And the whole idea of it is just bad, that they wanted to make a candy that resembled like, hey, smoking is cool. It's not cool. Don't smoke, kids, all right? It's not good for you.
had powdered sugar at the tip so that you could blow through the candy stick and make it look like it was smoke.
That's so
You
stupid.
can probably already see the problem with these.
I can more than see the
branding
problem.
was used on the candy packets, the perfect way for kids to mirror exactly what the grown-ups were doing.
That's so bad.
Number 5, innocent-looking but secretly evil Teletubby.
Teletubbies. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started about Teletubbies. As a kid, I don't know why, but I liked the Teletubbies when I was very little, but now they definitely freak me out, especially the baby son.
It's all based on the character from the children's television show Teletubbies. And what could be safer than a Teletubby? Though this
Everything.
talking podol never injured
are
any child
horrifying.
physically, it was removed from the shelves in 1998, the same year it was released.
Okay, I just want to pause the video. That is horrifying. Like, imagine you wake up at 3 a.m. and that's the first thing you see. That glaring soul of a Teletubby. Okay, I don't know what's dangerous about it, but that thing is creepy.
Suspected an adorable Teletubby toy of speaking the
Adorable?
questionable language. Parents weren't too happy to learn what their child's doll was teaching them.
What?
They heard the doll say inappropriate things, including "bite my butt" and other phrases.
Bite my butt? Okay, I don't know who thought or what happened. Maybe like one of the workers like did those things where like they make it say like something, but it sounds like something else. I'm guessing that's what it was, but that's really bad.
Unsuitable for children. Not a toy you'd want to get for your kid, right?
Nope.
Number 4, fidget spinner. Have
Fidget
you managed to get your
spinners.
hands on a fidget spinner?
Okay, remember a few years ago when everybody cared about fidget spinners? It's kind of like trends come and go, but fidget spinners always annoyed me for some reason. Like, I never got into them. I never cared for them, but like, I would go everywhere. I would go to like a Walmart, a Target, even like probably Disneyland. I was in Hawaii and they had fidget spinners, like Hawaiian fidget spinners. Like, they were just so stupid.
The brightly colored device, which can be spun, flipped, and even tossed with one hand,
How
has
fun.
started making its way into classrooms around the country.
They got banned in a
If
lot of
you've not
classrooms.
heard of them, fidget spinners are little handheld gadgets initially designed to help children with autism and ADHD concentrate at school.
What's a good
The
it's a
idea
good
behind them is
point.
that as children spin and flip them, they can focus more clearly on the words they're hearing and the lesson they're in.
I never
Many
thought about
schools
that.
have fought back against the gadgets. Some say are distracting and potentially harmful. The dangers of fidget spinners aren't just limited to annoying teachers and frustrating parents.
They are annoying.
Parents have reported chipped teeth, cuts, bruises, and damaged property.
Really?
Not to forget the trend of duct taping razor blades to the spinner spokes. A clear
Razor blades on a fidget spinner? Okay, that would be bad. That would be like a real life ninja star, honestly. So, I bet there was kids that did some bad stuff with the fidget spinners, alright. They were banned at my school.
Number 3, Aquadots.
Aquadots!
Arrange-
I loved Aquadots as a kid, and I remember talking about these. They have chemicals that are bad in them, but they were so fun. I loved them.
Tiny beads, spritz them with water, and your design will fuse together. Sounds
I
fun,
miss
right?
them.
One of 2007's more popular toys, Aquadots, were small, colorful beads arranged into different designs
It was
and then
so fun
permanently
and
set with water
satisfying.
sprinklers. The water activated a glue in the beads covering, fusing them together. Although the beads appeared harmless, complaints quickly emerged of toddlers vomiting and collapsing into comas after ingesting them.
So bad.
Now, what's the reason behind this? Because scientists discovered that the glue included ingredients that converted into the date rape drug gamma hydroxybutyrate.
Why did Aquadots think that that was a good idea? Like, out of all the ingredients, I'm sure that they could have found like a secondhand ingredient at the time even that was not, you know, that specific ingredient. I think they, like I said, they did make a remake of Aquadots, and I think they're called Beatos or something like that, and they're back in the store. I saw them in Target the other day, but the original Aquadots, not good. I remember I got so sad when they got recalled as a kid.
Great. Some unlucky children suffered seizures, with 2 of them in the US slipping into comas due to eating the beads.
That's so sad.
Number 2, lawn darts.
Lawn
It
darts.
doesn't take much imagination to see why steel missiles with weighted skewers could make for a dangerous
They
toy.
never
What
went
could
well.
possibly go wrong with heavy metal darts with a
Everything.
very sharp tip at the end? Lawn darts, or jarts, were giant plastic
Jarts.
darts with weighted and sharpened metal tips.
I remember I used to have PE class and we did like a section on darts, and I think some kids, to be mean, like the bullies, would take darts and they'd be like, oops, and they would like throw it at each other. So I can see where these went very, very wrong, especially as a toy for kids. Kids just shouldn't have darts in their hand.
Kids were supposed to throw into plastic hoops on the lawn, a sort of hybrid between darts and horseshoes. The darts are meant to be grasped by the rod and launched underhand towards the target, but they can cause skull punctures and other serious
Skull
injuries.
punctures?
If you think that sounds dangerous, the US government agrees with you. They were banned in the US after
What?
6,100 people were sent to the emergency room for the injuries they caused.
6,100 people were hurt by lawn darts? That's crazy. I mean, normal darts, I feel like that's the one I used in school, was normal darts. But still, that's a lot of people. No wonder why they got banned in the USA.
It didn't take much time before the dark side of lawn darts reared its ugly, pierced head.
Yep.
Now we move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1, snack time Cabbage
Snack
Patch Kid.
time, Cabbage
Fun
Patch
games
Kid.
until someone loses a finger. Wait, what? The Cabbage Patch Kids were huge in the 80s that came with their own adoption certificates and famously squishy bodies.
Ugh. Okay, I just hate what Cabbage Patch dolls look like, especially because we've covered them before. And remember that little garden that the Cabbage Patch like dolls actually grow out of?
There we go. Look at
Basically, as you guys can see here, there's a garden with like little lettuce things and cabbage kids that grow, and like you get to pick your own. Everything about Cabbage Patch Kids creeps me out, but specifically that and this.
The snack time kid had a motorized
I hate
mouth
how
that
it
lunched
eats
down on
food.
plastic goodies fed to it. Unfortunately, the doll couldn't differentiate between plastic and human. It
So
didn't take
gross.
long for little fingers to get caught up in the action. Another victim of this ever-hungry doll was Hair. Also, there was no way to turn it.
If it was hair, I would be doomed. That thing would eat my hair alive. Kind of like a ticket eater at the arcade. I've always been scared of those two.
Once something got into the snack time kid, it was going to keep going. This real-life garbage pail kid nightmare was eventually pulled from the shelves once enough lawsuits made it clear
So
that it had an
creepy.
insatiable and unsafe craving for the flesh of children.
Well, guys, that was quite the video about scary, deadly banned toys. I can see why they were banned, honestly. And if you guys agree that those toys were scary, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think is the most dangerous toy that I covered in today's video. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's reaction video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see me react to next time. It's been Lyssy. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to drop a like and hit the subscribe button if you guys have not, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!